Hey, for those who are watching, this is Angry Anime Fan 2, bringing you Naruto's second. No, what I mean is Naruto's review of chapter, and they say it's the end of this world. I'm asking, is it ever going to be the end of this despair? It's nothing but sadness all over again. It's getting a little bit pathetic. Well, the story goes that Kakashi has made his resolve, but he has hardly any power left. Might Guy's mighty punch has also begun to affect him, and his muscles is cramping up. B or the uh, Gyuuki, the Hachibi, is complaining that all the Konohana ninjas like to act tough, or something like that. Anyways, Naruto still defends Kakashi and says he's the same as him or is close by. And Naruto begins to taunt Obito, saying that he can see his suffering mug, or that he's going to stomp on it, or whatever the translation is. But I think it's more accurate to say that he's saying he is suffering. That ain't really a surprise. Exactly what we have seen from Obito, so I'm actually beginning to doubt that guy. I mean, the Naruto creator Mashimoto, or something like that, is, I must say, he has a unique way when it comes to villains. In just a few chapters, he can turn the most hated villain into a very sympathetic characters, although a little bit. Come on. I mean, what do you think of Pain Nagato after his story was revealed? And what he did? A little sympathetic, don't you think? It was the same with Gara, and yeah, and all those people. Now, Kabuto, yeah, and Kabuto too. Well, anyway, and Kurama, the Nine Tails, asks uh, Naruto to switch to him again so that he can help Kakashi. So he grabs Kakashi's hand, and Kakashi feels something. He then throws Kakashi, and Obito absorbs Kakashi into his dimension. Naruto, with his deadpan face, or whatever that is, says, says, "What the hell?" But Kurama instead just says to Naruto to attack with everything he got. And once he do, his attack faces through like usual. But Obito suddenly coughs out blood. And I mean, the secret to his jutsu was revealed a couple of chapters ago. But I still am not sure if I understand it 100%. But it seems that when he does this phase through, he places his body into his pocket dimension or something like that. So when Kakashi is in his pocket dimension, he can hurt the real body part. So he does just that. Obito Obito tries to uh, attack Kakashi into his pocket dimension, but Kakashi just punches him and comments that Obito really does look like he is suffering, or something like that. And Kurama reveals that when he grabbed Kakashi's hand, he gave his chakra to him. So that I think at least, and so that means Kurama can give people his chakra to other people. Well, a little hope has at least been revealed, and Kakashi returns with his own Kamyu. Obito is beginning to laying on his ground, and B says to the Naruto clone to use all his power to blast that statue, and they blast it, and it seems to succeed. But then Obito says this is truly the end of this world. And Madara, who appears to only look sorry, relaxed or something like that, says, "Oh well," and the ten tails begin to get birthed. Get birth? Ah, damn it, that was the wrong word. It's beginning to be reborn, I meant. Sorry, ignore that word, please, if you can. And Well, as I said before, despair, despair, despair. It just has to be despair! I don't like that. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm actually beginning to doubting Naruto. I miss the happier times. But, well, what's the deal with this chapter? Well, I don't know. It was finally good to see Obito getting hurt, but they still has to talk in these riddles. I hate that! And if you don't understand what I mean with riddles, I mean that code word. Well, of course, it's not exactly a riddle when Naruto says, I can see your suffering mug. But the end of this world, there's so many of those, where they just suddenly say something without revealing what it is. I mean, come on, when they say, as long as I have Edo Tensei, and that jutsu, I am invincible. I mean, like that. What is that? Sometimes that is not even revealed. Well, maybe it's revealed, but we have to guess. That's annoying. And of course, we still haven't got any clue about what Sasuke meant with them. So, maybe it's not long now. Anyway, the Gyuuki, that's they call the Ten Tails, is beginning to get revived. So now what? Is Madara going to kill Obito and try to fuse with it himself? I mean, and by the way, when Naruto said he saw Obito suffering, well, that is actually not a point that's meant to be talked about after all. Seeing his flashback, I mean, I think people could say to me, come on, it's a big duh. But still, maybe Obito is regretting what he is doing. Or maybe he really wished this wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, he does this so he can return to the happier times, at least what he thinks. But maybe he just wishes the happier times were real. And he wishes it all to end. After all, he has no hope in human life or anything. So, well, what is going to happen now? Might the guy is probably out of the way. I mean, unless Kurama gives him his chakra too. The Gyuuki is getting revived without Kurama and the Hachibi. So what happened to the other 10 tails? Didn't they give their power to Naruto? When can he reveal them? Well, and everybody except the Chukaku, of course. So what is going to happen now? Well, it's useless to guess, isn't it? We just have to wait until the next chapter. But well, what were your thoughts on this? As I said, I don't like this despair, so it was like that. But if anybody see this, you are free to say what you think. In the meantime, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. I'll try to do a chapter if you like to see it, of course. Goodbye.